about maybe a week and a half before the pandemic started, February of 2020, and he was our first child after a miscarriage. We were very excited to have a sweet little baby boy, but as time progressed, we noticed some signs that could have been related to autism, and I started to question whether or not we should approach the doctor about his language delays, walking delays, and just general being behind his peers. And so right around 12 months, I brought up to his pediatrician that I was questioning whether or not he was autistic. And the world gives you good people in your life when you need them, and his pediatrician actually has an autistic son as well. And he said, you know what, Crystal, I believe that you could be on the right track, and I'm going to refer you for Help Me Grow and speech therapy and he went through the whole list. And I said, okay, I have no idea what to do after that. And he gave me a bunch of paperwork. I came home, chatted about it with my husband, who was in a little bit of denial, but kind of took my lead on it. And it took me about 2 months to be okay with giving a call to Help Me Grow. I didn't want to call too soon or too late, but I recognized that he still was only 12 months, and people say things like, oh, boys are behind and they'll do this and every kid is different. But one day I woke up and I said, enough is enough. I'm not going to help this boy get to where he needs to be if I don't make the phone call. So I took advantage of the referral and I was a little nervous just because I have previous connections with the agency, and I wanted to make sure that my family information was kept privately. And Laura was so great and talked me through it. I think I cried on the first day that I talked with her, and but it was good tears, and got excited. And I remember you said, I have the perfect worker for you, and I said, oh, great. But being nervous at the same time, because I want my kids to have the best of the best. But the day Jackie came to our house changed everything. Jackie is amazing. And once I saw my son interact with Jackie, that was it.
Yeah. And Jackie's your developmental specialist who works with your son, Finn, correct?
Yes,
okay.
yes. And she now works with my son, Benedict.
Okay.
And it took us no time to where Jackie does not knock on the door. She does not, need to be invited in. She just comes on in. We have shared dinners with her, gave her food on the way out, and we just love her. My boys wouldn't be where they are today without her. Thinking of getting Finnegan connected to an ABA provider. Laura helped me through all of that. Answered a ton of questions, hooked me up with the people I needed to be hooked up with, and then I did a mom thing and thought some more and ended that, and now I'm back over doing some new stuff. And Laura answers my questions all the time. She answers my emails. She videos with me. Jackie texts me back all the time, calls me, when I've had an emotional day, and they're wonderful. But don't wait. If you're questioning whether or not your child could be on the spectrum or having any kind of delays, whether it's related to autism or not, don't wait. The sooner that you start, the better off your kids are going to be. The journey's long, and the journey can be heavy sometimes, but when you see your kids making connections with other professionals in the community, my son, both of them, just run to Jackie when she comes into the house, and to know that my kids can trust other people that are not me, especially because they don't have any verbal language to express themselves, is nothing. It helps me to know that I don't have to find all the answers on my own. There's only so much research that you can do before you find out that that's all you're doing in your free time is finding out what else you can do to help your kids. And I kind of let myself calm a little bit in that, because I don't have to know all the answers, because I have great people connected to my sons that can help me find them. I joke sometimes, I used to do case management services, and it's nice to have a case manager because I know how beneficial that is to some people. Friends of mine who have older kids, who had Jackie in the past when their kids are younger. A friend of mine has a child that's like 12, and he worked with Jackie when he was younger. And then I have another set of friends that their boys worked with Jackie as well. And that was before I knew Jackie was going to be my boy's worker, but I shared with friends on Facebook that I was getting connected to services, and those two moms specifically were like, ask for Jackie. And I was like, well, I don't know who I'm going to get, but they shared wonderful experiences too. So, and I did a previous internship with another person that used to work at early intervention, and she kind of shared some stuff with me that could be helpful too. So I had a lot of input.
Do you think Finn will be more prepared when he goes on to preschool?
Oh yes, absolutely. He just pressed his first button on his tablet all by himself last night to request that he wanted to listen to music on the Xbox, and we had a party, and then he looked at us like we were weird. But then it's cute because he pressed it again and looked around for us to clap for him.
Tell me a little bit about that. Why is he using the tablet to communicate that with you?
So Finnegan has never had any verbal language yet. I know a lot of kids on the spectrum have a few words and then they lose them. That's what Benedict has done. But Finnegan he can sign, a couple of signs. And he uses PEX on our refrigerator to request food. But I'm trying to get him to learn how to use his words through a device. So that way when we're out and about, Finnegan loves to move and there's no stopping him. So to be able to carry something with me that I can use with him to help communicate his needs.
How were you guided to use that device? Who brought that to your attention?
Jackie, because she's great. I wish she was here with me, but Jackie, I started talking to her about, I can't have a folder of pictures with me, everywhere I go. And so she's like, well, we could try a device. And Finnegan also is connected to a private speech therapist, and she is doing it in speech too, a little bit.
So I believe Jackie contacted Laura, and Laura was able to facilitate that to make that happen.
Sure
correct?
did. And she brought it to me the next day. Was like, here you go. And just answering little questions of like, how do I get it started, and how do I get him interested, and it's really quite easy. I don't know, kids are like amazing. He knows how to flip the screen and switch through the stuff, and he'll probably be smarter than me one day.
That's our hopes for our children.
Yeah. So if someone was on the fence about going and reaching out for services, what would you say to them to inspire them to call?
That it's okay to share your kids with the world. It's okay to not have to feel like you have to do everything on your own. Don't do everything on your own. It is exhausting at times, but when you build a community, it makes it a lot easier.